Another bloody day in the markets. Whew. Nasty sell-offs in the stock market, gold and silver, commodities as well. But the number one thing we need to talk about, the most important signal in the market right now, is oil. We're getting a major signal for an oil short. We need to talk about it. This will be the big story of the coming weeks in the commodity sector. Let's talk about it. Welcome to Hot Trades of the Day, your show for swing trading ideas for the coming days, weeks, and month. Okay, let's jump right into it. The weekend is approaching. We got better things to do than to look at the bloody red in the stock market. But while it is important to keep your cool, it's also important to look at the signals that we're seeing in the market. This is oil, and this is the most important chart in the commodity markets, the most important signal we are seeing right now. Yeah, we can look at gold's down significant today, but still nothing more than, let me put on gold here real quick. As you can see, it's nothing more than a minor correction in a fantastic uptrend. So everything fine here. But oil is a different story. And you see it when we zoom out and you see the full picture. This is the chart of oil since 2022. And you can see that we have been in a chart pattern that's called a descending triangle formation. It's made up of the downtrend red that you see and this horizontal support zone, the blue zone, which has held up. Let me calculate this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 times. 10 times since 2023. So this is a significant support zone. Now, triangle patterns have the characteristics that once, in this case oil, whatever the stock or commodity is, breaks out in one direction, up or down, it significantly moves in that direction. And the longer this formation has been in place, the more vicious and the longer this move will be. Ladies and gentlemen, we're seeing the breakout of oil to the downside right now. Now, why am I not calling for an immediate short on oil? There are several factors for it. The first one is we need to confirm this break, okay? So right now it looks pretty solid. We're almost at the lows of the day in oil, but we need to wait and see if it confirms. Here in January, we had a bull trap to the upside. It even confirmed, went a little higher, and then completely broke down. But with the economic developments around the world, the chances of this, should this hold, turning into a bear trap are much lower than the bull trap that we saw in January. Another factor is you look at this and you see this high. It was higher than this high, but it never took out, this is January 27th, but it never took out this high or this high. So we never made a new yearly high. However, this low that we're seeing right now, look at this, look how far I have to go back. This is the lowest we have been since March 2021. Maybe April, yeah, April 2021. So this is more significant than this bull trap, the breakout to the upside. However, not confirmed yet. But if it is confirmed, you see the downside potential in oil that nobody's talking about right now. Let me switch to the weekly real quick. And you can see what we're talking about, right? So this zone right here, which is around 40, so the top is around 42. Yep, 42 to this zone, 42 to 34, 34 to 42. So in the middle, around like 36-ish, okay? So this zone around 36 goes all the way back to 1990. 1990. This is how significant this zone here is. This has been a major zone. It held the oil price lower until the commodity boom really took off 20 years ago in 2004. And then it was great support at the financial crisis, 2016, and COVID. Okay, we had the COVID craziness, right? Remember when oil went negative for like a short period because nobody knew what to do, what was going on. But you saw the retest, it worked perfectly. This is a huge zone. So this zone has been significant as well. It goes back to 2006, as you can see here. We are breaking this zone right now. And look what happened the last time she broke the zone. We went straight down. Here, we went into it, we broke, we went straight down to this zone. We went above it, bull trap, we went straight down to this zone. Here, we ran up to it in a bull run, right back down to it viciously, and then obviously that's COVID coming up to it. But as you can see, if I zoom in a little bit, that the first part of it, right? You see the first part, this part here, this is actually regular trading, right? The COVID really started to take off the beginning of March, so this is this candle right here. This large red candle here, that's still regular trading. So what does that mean? This means we have a gigantic air pocket here, all the way from 61 to around 42, mid-zone 36. This is a massive bearish signal for oil, which also obviously makes sense if we look at the uncertainty and the situation in the macroeconomic world and especially with the US consumer. Look at charts of Nike. Look at this, complete breakdown. This is all tariffs, right? What does Nike do now, who are producing their sneakers in Southeast Asia and East Asia? What are they going to do, right? But back to oil. So, if this is confirmed, this breakdown, this is massive. Because this support zone held up so long. Because this is the resolution of a triangle formation that goes back 3 years, okay? If we have a formation that takes 3 years to play out, the move that follows is not $3, $4 in the oil price. It's not like 1, 2 red candles. Significant moves are happening after this. Could have been to the upside too, right? We could have gotten $90 oil real easy if we would have broken to the upside. This zone would totally be probable. So 88 to 92, yeah, pretty much. Now it looks like it's the downside. We need to be ready for this. This is the story. Nobody is positioned for $42 oil right now in the markets. So we need to wait if this breakdown confirms. If it does, this is the big short swing trade of the coming month. Now there is a probability that we'll jump into the support zone short term, because we are oversold on any asset right now, right? So we may jump up to 65 again, but now it's clearly a sell the rip situation. This is the most important signal that we're getting today in the market. And remember, Trump and the White House would absolutely love if the oil prices go down, especially it's April right now, summer travel season coming up, lower gas prices, much appreciated on a consumer base that otherwise is really struggling with higher inflation and higher prices. So this would be really good. Now the oil industry won't like this, but what are they going to do? If Trump pleases them with new exploration and drill baby drill, maybe gives them some areas in Alaska that the Democrats would never give out. And I'm not saying that's good or bad. I'm just saying, right, there is a way how the White House can make a deal with the oil industry to say, it's going to be tough for a little bit, but long term, you get this goodie in return for being quiet and supporting us here. So this is actually in Trump's interest, right? It is also geopolitically a way how the Trump administration can put pressure on Russia to get to the negotiating table. So we should not expect much fight from the White House for the oil price. Not really their interest. This is a major, major signal that we're getting. Put the oil price on your watch list. Have your short options ready. If this confirms, again, maybe we move back into the support zone and try to find a base around 65. But even then, right now, because we broke below the midpoint of the support channel, now testing the midpoint from the bottom, not from the top, from the bottom, has to be viewed as a sell the rip situation first. This could be one of the big trades of the coming month. Have a great weekend. Talk to you on Monday. Hey, the aliens are not landing. I know it looks grim out there. We're all hurting on days like this. But, you know, this Wall Street trader once told me this wisdom. He said, Daniel, betting at the end of the world is a really bad trade because you're going to be right only one time. Have a great weekend. Bye-bye.